A lot of people also ask me, like, what does Chimamo mean? Like, apando, is it like a Japanese name? I'm like, no, you invested too much. Why not just make something out of it?
Day job or crafting is my job?
For me, manjahit takes a lot of time.
You will get macam burnout a bit or macam not lose passion but macam ngalehwa.
And then we have to redo some stuff again.
Oh.
But the reduction. Salah.
Hello, everyone. You are in for another episode of the Spectrum Podcast, where we talk with creative individuals from different creative fields every month. I am Miza, and
I am Munaz, and we are the hosts for this month's episode. So there's not many episodes left for this season's or Spectrum Lumens podcast. So make sure you turn on your post notifications for our Instagram, Twitter, and our TikTok.
And small announcement, we will have our podcast on Spotify soon. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. As of today, we have two talented guests, Chimamo Artisan and Dawn Co. So guests, can you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Fatnin and I own a small business, Chimamo Artisan. We've been operating only for 6 months since September 2022. So yeah, thank you so much for inviting me as well here, despite having just only 6 months of experience. So it's very humble to be here. So yeah.
No worries.
Okay. Assalamualaikum. My name is Ridwan and I'm the founder of Down.co. Basically, Down.co is about making products, low-waste products, such as tote bags and also drawstring bags. Down.co started since 2017. So it's already 5 to 6 years around that time lah. And then we already do some workshops. We already do give talks to students about sustainability. And then now we're gonna do teaching more to other future generation to be more sustainable lah. So people can use drawstring pouches like that to carry small stuff like that instead of using plastic. So that's lah. So that's about Down.co.
All right. Interesting. The very first question we have for both of you actually is, could you tell us what Chimamo Artisan and Down.co is all about? You can display your beautiful merchandise there.
So okay, So Down.co, now we're making a limited products such as baguettes and tote bags. And also people can customize their own bags using their own clothings. We can give promotion price, a discount price, maybe 60% price. We encourage the customers to use their own products like that. So these are one of the example. This is a baguette bag. So it's also can be a sling bag if you panjangkan the tali. And then we also have this one. Because of the batik kan, some customer give a shawl and also baju kurung. And then some of the kind of not all in a good condition. So we macam make a customized one lah. So we campur with other kind also. For example, this one we campur with canvas, cotton canvas. So which is a very durable fabric lah for tote bag. We also give the inside itu using linen, cotton linen.
Mm-hmm.
This one pun also easy to wash like that. So inda dapat jadi damit like that, wrinkle. So like that lah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can vouch for that because I also I bought from him before. I think because he started
17.
Yeah, and I bought from 2017 and quite recently, yeah. And you do also the customized drawings, right?
Yeah,
as
we
well.
do customized drawings also.
I'm sorry, I was no, because I was fangirling when he was talking about that. Because oh my god, I'm with someone who has been in this industry for almost 5 to 6 years.
Right.
Oh my god. For Chimamo Artisan, so what I do right now is we create merchandise out of polymer clay. So most of our merchandise, they're designed a very cutesy, whimsical kind of design because it actually reminds me of kind of my childhood. Because I named my brand out of my childhood name, which is Chimamo. A lot of people also ask me, what does Chimamo mean? Apando, is it a Japanese name? I'm like, no, It's gibberish banaya. Is when I was toddler, I didn't know like language at all, right? Every time I wanted ice cream, I would say chimamo, chimamo. Like that's like a sign of like, oh, I want ice cream. And so all my family end up calling me that lah, like chimamo. And it stick to me because, and I named my business after that because I find arts and craft very therapeutic and very healing. So that's what I wanted to showcase in my products as well. And yeah, that's what Chimamo Artisan is all about.
Cool. Cool. Okay. As far as I know, like you do a lot of like jewelries, you do keychains. I even have one over here. While Ridwan, you do a lot more like handmade eco-friendly bags. So how did it start and how did you go into this area? Like awal-awal.
For me, I started because that mindset that giving me like I need to start that one time in 2017, I think there's one apa ni, like people started to use metal straws like that. Macam, oh wow, the mindset is getting macam like, I like the concept of the kind. Started slowly, I start to make small bags like jahit sendiri like that. My friends, they're very interested lah. Macam, you should jual that one. And then, okay, I start to jual sikit. And then started from there, my lecturer pun, they want me to showcase my works. And then from there, everything boom, boom, boom like that. So yeah, macam tu lah.
How did you go into your area?
Making handmade crafts out of polymer clay. I think I started just 2 years ago. So I would say like I've been learning how to play around with polymer clay. When you guys remember when the polymer clay was so trending because of like everything went lockdown, everyone was at home, and polymer clay punya like tutorials were all over TikTok, all over YouTube, and there was so much accessibility to learn about playing with those polymer clay lah. So I think that at that time, I couldn't find polymer clay at all in Brunei. So I had to like outsource them. And at that time, I was at my lowest point of uni life because I was in my 4th year and I was trying to find a way to cope with my stress. And art was like a thing that I can do to make healthy habits instead of bad ones.
Yeah.
So, and ngam like ada sudah that trend of polymer clay and I bought a bulk of it. So much I started doing polymer clay lah jua, and like I had too much of it. I have an excess of things of so my friends and family like, your things are really nice and cute. You should sell them. Like, should I sell them? Like, and they're like, yes. You invested too much. Why not just make something out of it? So I was like, yep, that's how I started. Yeah.
How do you come up with your designs, right? And what or who is the source of your inspiration behind your work?
Okay, we're taking turns here. Okay. For mine, like my inspiration, the thing is like again, my whole branding is all about like childhood and very whimsical cuteness, and it's just a personal style of mine. I just really love colorful things, and I've always feel like it just radiates happiness. And a lot of my inspiration, I think like the things that I make are like my personal style, but as well like I have also products that are from like Studio Ghibli punya theme.
Yeah.
So growing up, I've always loved Studio Ghibli punya movies. I still do until this day. So I don't have any much like I didn't even show my products. Oh my god. But I don't have like any Studio Ghibli right now. But I've always loved doing like Studio Ghibli punya design on my products. So a big inspiration is coming from Studio Ghibli. It's very cozy. And one of my latest products is actually like this pop socket. It's called like ada jantaler. That one I would say inspired by Bruneian punya tulis slang and Bruneian punya theme. And that's what I wanted to kind of venture in my upcoming months, where I want to do more Brunei themed products in my style kind of thing, where it's colorful and all. So showcase more about Brunei and punya identity and stuff lah.
So for me, the inspiration come from in 2017. I love to watch Korean dramas, Japanese dramas that, and then like especially the traditional one, like the ancient dramas like that. They use pouches as their bags. They use basically like satin, silk, everything like that lah. So for me, like, I get so invested in the different kind of fabrics. And then also, I also get inspiration by famous brands like Gucci, Chanel, like that. From there, maybe I can make something like that. but different using sustainable mindset. So for me, like I like to use kain from recycled kinds like that. And then also some of the kinds are very good, tapi like hindi ka na sell, hindi ka na produce anymore. So that's how you preserve something lah, chito. So why
Yeah.
not you make, for example, my sister, she loves to hoard baju-baju kurong like that. Yang
Yeah.
ada
Yeah.
good patterns like that. And then ada yang manik-manik also. So Michelle, how do you make that into something else? Chito. So me, Michelle, okay, let's turn it into like pencil case ka, chito, makeup bag, or like tote bags, chito la. Start to jet ka la. And then the inspiration also come from like the Japanese, they use cotton jua kan.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Michelle, most of my products, they use cotton. Basta cotton na ni, yeah, easy to make. Sa makalojahit pun, it's not in the buray.
Yeah.
Those guys like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So macam you go straight, just straight.
Yeah,
Yung
yeah,
masuk,
yeah.
masuk, masuk. So cotton is like, ano lang, Japanese. And then also like, kan kalau tani, for me, I like to call myself someone yang suka lihat the fashion arah the movie ka tu.
Yeah.
Like ada some credits, fashion designer, the designer, chito like that. We cannot get the merchandise from that drama. So why not make it yourself?
Interesting.
So macam like ada that one time, this one drama, yeah, ada tote bag. Sekali I keep on searching for that tote bag, tapi da ada. So macam I ask some of my supplier if they have the certain fabric. From there, durang macam give the fabric to us kan, macam they're common using this fabric. Sekali we buat lah jua macam the same product as the one shown arah the drama, the movies. And then customer pun macam, oh my god, you ada buat macam ni jua. So macam we
Yeah.
pun, we can also provide the services like that.
Oh,
macam tu lah.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do have a question. Do you learn to sew by yourself, or do you take a class or workshop?
I don't build classes for manjahit.
Mm-hmm.
I mostly self-taught lah. I
Oh,
watch
okay.
like tutorials like that. And then also my mom punya side, most of my aunties, they are ano lah macam Miss experts. Like
Okay,
that.
yeah.
Masters.
Yeah, the masters. So
Masters.
macam me kalau I was in kalau boring, bila durang menjahit saja tu. From there macam, oh, that's how you jahit. Sekali, but my aunties, they use like the old sewing machine tu kan, yang rolling. Yeah, that one. Sekali macam I don't want to use that because it's very bata and then very barat. So macam I invest myself to beli mesin jahit sendiri lah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Interesting.
We're going to have a bit of a break after this.
Yeah.
So let's do a fun round of this or that. All right. I'm going to give you like two things, like two sentences, and you guys just choose one. All right. So the first one, craft in silence or craft with music? So do you guys prefer to have music around when you're crafting, or just do it in pure silence, like when you're really serious about it?
For me, oh my god, it's okay. I craft in music, but it's like what I play in the background is actually a movie.
Yeah.
It's actually a movie, but like sometimes I don't look at it. I just listen
Listen,
to it.
yeah.
So kind like that. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I watch people how do they do makeup like that, and then like
Yeah.
some teas about the influencers like that. So
Yeah.
basically, I craft with sort of music like that.
Like
yeah.
sound in it, like
Yeah.
the
Sound at
Just
the
a white
background.
noise.
Yeah,
Yes.
like a white noise.
Okay, the next one. One media or mixed media? Do you prefer to work with a single item or different items? Like when you're working on one project.
I love to work with mixed media like that.
Okay.
So for example, like I use Cayenne, but I also like to draw.
I'm like trying to think about my experience as mixed media, or what do I do normally?
I feel like you're kind of also one media because your projects are mostly just like polymer clay.
yeah, but I think it's also mixed media in terms of like I like to experiment with my polymer clay in a way that it's not just polymer clay. Sometimes I like to make it with I don't know if it's mixed media, but I like to like with resin as well, with beads, because like in the market right now, there's a lot of people just making polymer clay, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to mix around and just like what's my USP, what's my unique selling point. So that's what I kind of like do. Like I think mixed media, just like playing
Okay.
around with
Cool.
creativity.
Next one. Craft at night or craft in the daylight?
Mine is like the time that I do. It's like it's either dawn or late at night. I guess like when it's quiet, dawn and no daylight, I think. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Same goes for me. I think I love to work around 12 until 6, like that, where no one can disturb you like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no distractions.
Yeah,
You
but it's
know?
therapeutic also can. And then you watch something also like that. Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, day job or crafting is my job?
Mm. I think day job.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crafting as a job, because right now I'm doing full time as a
Ah,
crafter,
okay.
so I'm happy with that as well.
Congratulations.
Before I continue on,
Mm.
a day job
My
actually.
turn.
This is my gap year, so
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for Ridwan. Do you accept fabric young
Fabric.
people donate
Yes.
for the company?
Yeah, before we bili kain for ourselves for our next products, so we bagitaw la our customers if they want to donate their kain or they want just bagi kain, and then we can give something back in return lah. So if they give kain, we can make like tote bags or pouches for them. Like recently, I did this two couples kile. They have so many kains yang from their grandmother punya projects. Tapi the project is buat bantal for durang punya grandkids.
Aw.
Sekali, the excess of kain so banyak wah. And then it's also the traditional Chinese punya cheongsam punya fabrics.
Oh, that's
It's
the
so nice.
yeah.
Sekali macam I feel bad pasal durang just donate it to us wah. And then durang cakap you can make use of this lah nya, but you don't have to give us something in return. Tapi macam I feel bad. We what kind pouches and tote bags lah for them. So in other
Mhm.
way, by donating to us, we can give something back in return lah. Yeah.
So, if you don't mind sharing, what are the challenges you guys face, probably when designing or perhaps when running a business?
For me, oh my god. For me, menjahit takes a lot of time.
Mhm.
And then it takes like 2 to 3 days untuk siapkan. And then some customer, they requested like 50 pouches, for example. And then they wanted to get it done by 2 days. Sometimes the customer punya demands ni, it's very
demanding.
demanding. No, not demanding. Ano siya macam, what do you call that?
It's very high.
Very high. They
Yeah.
expect us to do some crafting, and then they expect us to siapkan awal.
Mm.
And an example for the one yang they want to lukis lagi kan. For example, kalau our business, we don't use machine except sewing machine lah. We don't use like a heavy machine like computer. We just use hand drawn. I have a team yang suka melukis. I make use drum punya talent, and then in return they get something lah, like half of the profit. I love to collabs with other artists jo kan. So finding collaboration itu macam it's okay. Sometimes the price itu what the customer want, kadang-kadang macam reasonable jua, itu cannot negotiate. Like they wanted discount jua. Because of we collab with other artists, the artist punya price yang durang set itu macam high. So we need to think of the customer, think of the artist punya collaboration punya price lagi. So for me, the challenges is the time, one tadi. And the second one is the price lah. So, yeah.
I think I can relate to him as well in terms of the time to make things, because we're all making it by hand, and sometimes we're like a one person job of doing it. They're expecting us to do a lot of things in Atila, so it really limits kind of like the products we make lah. I think like for me as well, pricing was something I was really struggle at first. But for example, like a keycap of mine, I was like, oh, it's artisan keycaps. Like no one sells it in Brunei. No one like makes handmade artisan keycaps here in Brunei. So much, okay, let me just sell it for $10. And a friend of mine, before aku jual, she's like, what do you mean $10? You're gonna sell artisan keycap for $10? You worked on it for like 3 to 4 days. That's ridiculous. When I did my research today, like a normal artisan keycap costs about $60 lah.
Yeah.
And but like if I do that here in Brunei, no one would want that. So I sell them at least $20. I get back my cost of product for that item, but as well, like macam, it gives me also the motivation to keep going for it. Because especially if you're a handmade crafted business, if you lowball your prices, you will easily burn out easily, and you will just give up. And I think that's what a lot of businesses, like small business that starts like crafting, especially like polymer clay or such, they end after a few months because it's hard to keep on paying yourself little lah, Jua. I think that's what one of the challenges lah of running a small business that sells handmade stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta know your own value first, right?
Like respect your, what you can do and respect your skills and talents. Because we've been doing it for, it takes a lot of effort, and
Brothers.
time.
Yeah.
Cause
And then we have to redo some stuff like it. So
Oh.
my God, the reduction.
you
Pala. Yeah.
Just as a small like tangent a bit, what is your process when you make your artisan keycaps? Because again, as you said, it's pretty niche here, and you said it takes you a couple of days.
So it's not just like, ada keycap, buat keycap, abis. It's not that, but it's like trying to draw first. So I digitally draw like my keycaps, the ideas that I have, draw them, and then I'm like, okay, that's a sketch to the hand. So I do the keycap itself, and there's many times like I fail doing the keycap. So it takes 5 tries for me to get a perfect one keycap.
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah.
And dahil may resources pun, angos. That's why, like, ever since, like, I done my business, I realized the value of people punya products. When they say to me, they're like, oh, this costs 25. Tapi dorong macam, dorong kasihan, I'm sorry, it's 25. Like, girl, no. It makes sense why it's $25.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand that. I understand the process that you go through. So ever since I, did my business and like selling it and doing the whole process of crafting to packaging it to selling it, it takes so much time and so much of the effort. So I understand when other people price point their items really high la.
All right. So in regards to that, do you have any tips or advice for people who just want to start out or is currently doing a business?
If you want to start a business, first cherry inspiration. That inspiration can keep you motivated the whole time. And then you need to find a good circle. Juala, a good circle yang keep on macam, you need to join this event so you can know about what your business more. You need to go to like this art collection gallery like that so you can explore more. And then another one, you need to really do a good research on yourself, Juala. What you can do, what the budget you have, what resources you have for starting a business. And the one important thing is you need to have a passion. 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 If you love to do that thing, even though you sedih ka, that thing macam very therapeutic for you also kan. So you need to have that.
Yeah, I agree on that part where passion is certainly the drive for it. And I think another tip that I would give to people who want to start small business on handcraft items as well, don't be afraid to ask for help because as like for my background, I have no background in entrepreneurship. Like the idea of selling my things, I'm like, nah, I'm listening for free. I don't want to deal with like selling stuff. Quite recently, I wanted to start Chimamo Artisan. I thought myself, okay, I need to learn about entrepreneurship. I need to learn all of the, and there's so much resources here in Brunei. Even like for me, like I just started my program with DARE and US Embassy. I went there to learn about how to do all these small business punya entrepreneurship, what to expect. And so take all the resources as you much can. Jan Madlu, to be proud of what you do. Because it's like you said, like if you're so passionate, people would, see that passion of yours and be inspired. Because like you're not just selling stuff, but you're also like showing people what you do and what you love to do. What if like you end up inspiring them as well? What if you end up like, they're also wanting to do this, but they're afraid, but they see you and see like, she's doing what she loves. I can do that also. So you're also inspiring other people and like, be reminded of where, when, and why you want to do this at the beginning ito. Because when you continue doing what you do, you will get macam burnout a bit or macam not lose passion, but macam ngalehwa. But remind yourself, okay, this is the reason why I'm doing this is, what your passion is. So, yeah.
So I always say niyat is very important. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, anything you want to say or promote to the audience? Any upcoming bags in line? Any more keycaps?
Oh, you?
No, you first. You
Okay,
got
so
something
for
exciting.
okay, me nanti Down Co will launch new collection, new promotion, inshallah next week. To be like
Okay.
inshallah adala new collection. We also request like money if the customer somewhere out there, the customer, the student ka, do you have anything? For example, you need help with the ajar how to do tote bags ka, how to make pouches. You can request help from us also lah. We can give tutorials sa jua. Pasal soon, inshallah this year, macam this one, producing bags and pouches and baguettes ani, we're not gonna make banyak lagi. So it's everything is will be limited. Tapi inshallah this year we'll have like in a month or two we're gonna have like workshop. So we're gonna teach everyone. So everyone can make their own bag. And then inshallah this April or maybe soon, we also what channel for ourselves like TikTok channel. So there's some short videos lah untuk beritahu the tutorials saja for those yang cannot come for the workshop. So we're gonna do a short videos lah.
That's so exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah, so exciting.
I want to attend as well.
Can.
For Chihuahua Artisan, we are going to release a National Day collection, but not next week. It's probably end of the February as well. We're trying to feature a lot of jewelries inspired by Brunei's wonders. That's something we're going to do. And workshop is also something I wanted to do as well.
Yes.
Inshallah, because I think as a brand, Chihuahua Artisan is still growing, and I hope to be able to reach the goals I have for Chihuahua Artisan and spread more happiness and joy through my crafts. Yeah.
All right. So we have come to the end of this podcast. Thank you so much for being the guest for this month's episode. We definitely enjoyed this podcast and I hope you guys too. And we really appreciate your time and effort to come and hang out with us and giving it an insight about running both Chimamo Artisan and Down Co. But before you go, we would like to ask you to give us signatures and a few messages on this canvas like that on the walls.
Yeah.
In each.
Yep.
It's such
Yeah.
a big space.
If you want to make a sketch, you guys can make a sketch too.
Where do I give
Kejap,
it?
kejap.
Okay.
Okay.
Show it to the camera. All right.
Okay.
So we also have an appreciation gift for you guys, just so that you
You
guys.
don't have to.
Semua ni bagian ni kali ah.
So sorry.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's call it a day, everyone. That is all from us for now. We hope you enjoyed this episode and feel inspired and to start your own business and get crafty. So stay tuned for the final episode coming next month. In the meantime, don't forget to share this with your friends and family. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms at UBD Spectrum, and we'll see you next time. That's all.